Hello. Uh, Today we're going to talk about two clients and the opportunities that were presented to us and how we succeeded in these valuation projects. Assisting me in this presentation today is Jen Bao, or known as Barbara Walters in the U.S. Uh, so, Barbara Walters, I'll turn it to you.
Okay. Hi, everyone. So Bruce, about our first success story, we have Channing Capital Management. Could you please give an overview of this project?
Channing Capital Management is a boutique investment management firm in Chicago with about $3 billion under management and is one of the larger minority-owned asset management firms here in Chicago. And it is also looking to grow internationally. And recently I have to thank Stephen in the UK office, who took some time out of his busy schedule to meet with one of the founders and principals of the company for me. And we were engaged in this particular one to value the shares of Channing Capital for corporate planning purposes. One, to buy out one of their majority partners, and the second is a annual basis to value it for a phantom stock plan.
Okay, Bruce, so what makes this project successful to us?
Well, a couple reasons. One, that it further enhanced our position in the asset management segment, where we have a number of clients in that segment and now makes us an expert. It also gives us an opportunity to work with a client who's going to start to go internationally and expand that practice as well. And it also opened the door to another firm that does consulting for asset management firms, and based on our work wants us to be their go-to person as a valuation expert for their clients.
Okay, so that sounds great. So in this project, do we face any challenges, and what lessons did we learn from those?
Well, I think the biggest challenge, as in many projects, was trying to make sure we understand what are the value drivers of that particular industry. And we had to also do a lot of extensive research in this industry, as there are a lot of transactions in this industry, but the transactions have changed from year to year, and making sure that we understand how Channing falls within the marketplace so that we were utilizing proper multiples.
Right.
Additionally, we had to do a valuation where not only would the shareholders that were going to continue on in the business respect our value, but also the main investor who was being bought out would also have respect for our value. And in this case here, it worked, and they did not get a second valuation. They utilized just ours.
Right. That's cool. So what are the follow-up opportunities do we have?
Well, on this one, we have an annual valuation now that we'll be engaged to do. We'll be in a position to use Channing as a basis for going forward to go after additional opportunities. In fact, this particular one gave us two other opportunities. One was Landmark Management, I think it was about a $6 billion asset management firm out of New York, and then Mariah Asset Global Investments, which was also a significant asset management firm, which is a Korean asset management firm. So it actually opened the door to a couple more, and we expect more to go into the future. And lastly, as Channing grows, hopefully it will create opportunity outside of the U.S. office to introduce them to more offices around the globe of Mazars.
Yep. hope you enjoy our first success story. Our second story is Morgan Services. Bruce, can you give us an overview?
Yeah, Morgan Services actually is one of the oldest clients of Mazars here in the U.S. It was founded in 1885 and specializes in linen and uniform laundry and rental services, mostly specializing in the restaurant business, hospitality, and now they're going into the hospital business as well. And the company is located in Chicago and has factories around the country. And the client was introduced to the valuation group a few years back from the tax group. And at that time, they were doing estate planning and need evaluation for gift tax purposes. Now we got a call back from the new president of the company, which is the son of one of the owner of the company, who is now trying to take over the company and needed a valuation in order to buy out the parent shares in conjunction with future succession planning.
Okay, great. So what do you think make this project successful?
Well, first of all, it gave us further depth into large family-owned businesses and further expanded our expertise in the food and beverage industry, which we do a lot of work in. So this just added one more credential to us. And so we think that was one of the main success parts.
Yeah, and what are the challenges that we face, and from those, what do we learn?
Well, one of the biggest challenges on this assignment was that we had a son and then a father and a mother who, the father and the mother owned the controlling shares, and we needed to be able to position ourselves where both sides would have enough respect of our independence to do a valuation that would be accepted by both sides.
Right.
And bridging these family divisions is always a very difficult thing to do.
Yep.
And we found ourselves to be successful, and it was a great learning experience.
Yep. And the most exciting part, what are the follow-up opportunities do we have?
Well, there were a number of them. Based on the succession planning that was taking place here, there's going to be a number of valuations that take place in the future.
Right.
So we took one job valuation for the current transaction and turned it into multiple valuations on an annual basis. They'll be doing gifting, and as part of the estate planning, we're going to be named as the person or the firm that will do the valuation at the time of death of the parents. Additionally, we got to work very closely with their new corporate attorneys, which is an international law firm, which now we met the head of their estate planning group and one of their senior partners in the corporate group, who didn't know that we really had valuation capabilities, not only here in the U.S. but internationally, and now want to set up meetings for us to see what other opportunities they can utilize us. Lastly, it also, while we were doing the valuation for this, we realized that they needed additional tax planning, and we were able to bring in the Mazars tax people to sell additional services doing tax planning. So it was an overall win for everybody.
Yep.
So I'd like to thank everybody for the time and look forward to the ever-expanding Mazars Global Valuation Advisory Services. Thank you.
Thank you.